and lovely Mr. Dan Sorgen.
Hello. I'd like to thank my friends for coming out tonight. Thank you. I have a friend who came all the way from New York just to see me. Or for the medical marijuana. I'm not sure what he's doing here, actually. So my name is Dan Sorgen. That's Sorgen with an E if you want to Google me later. Have you Googled yourself lately? The other night I Googled all over myself. I was happy to see that there's nobody out there with my name who's more successful than me. You know, like I don't think I could take it if my name was Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or Sanjaya Malakar. I'd be kind of tough. I'm a little afraid for the future because I think it's just a matter of time before Google's just like a disembodied voice. You know, like you'll be out at a bar chatting up some chick, embellishing the little details of your life, and she'll be like, "Oh, really? Wow." Google. Yes, Stacy? Google, what do you have for Dan Sorgen, an Olympic medalist? Sorry, Stacy, 0 results. Google, what do you have for Dan Sorgen and invented lip gloss? Sorry, Stacy, did you mean Dan Sorgen expelled from elementary school? Did you mean Dan Sorgen arrested for shoplifting a Milli Vanilli CD? Did you mean Dan Sorgen registered sex offender in 19 states? Cockblocker. Arkansas doesn't count. Having a hell of a week. I had to call my cell phone company's customer service, and I got the automated line. Can anyone tell me why it takes 3 times longer to say something in Spanish than in English? It was like, for English, press 1. Para continuar en español, marque el número 2 en este momento, por favor. What's up with that? For store hours, press 3. Para horas de las operaciones de la tienda. Hey! So then I'm on hold for 20 minutes, and I swear to God, the hold message was this. Please hold for prompt assistance. What? Please hold for prompt assistance? I don't even know, how does that, I don't get how that, just my brain. So finally I got through, and my call was all of 10 seconds. I was like, "Are you raping me on text message charges?" The guy said, "Let me check." "Yes, sir, we are." I was like, "All right, thanks, goodbye." But goodbye doesn't end the call, right? Because then they're like, "Well, sir, I do hope I've answered all your questions in a satisfactory manner this evening. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to call us back at 1... All right! What are you, my mother? I said goodbye. Did you not hear me say goodbye? We're recording this call, right? Let's back up and listen together where I said goodbye. Ah! Explains all those mysterious charges on my bill. I wish they wouldn't even hide it, you know? Just come right out and say it. State tax, federal tax, city tax, you're an asshole. $27. I'd support an asshole tax. People should have to pay for being an asshole. Of course, I'd be in the lowest asshole tax bracket. But this is LA, right? Think of all the additional tax revenue. What budget crisis? They'd have enough left over to pay for everyone's gym membership. Customer service, that's a bad job. I feel bad for those guys. But you know who's got it worse? Who's got it the worst? Bathroom attendants, right? You know, the people in the restaurant bathrooms who go all out of their way to help you get a paper towel. Can you imagine that call from your headhunter? Well, the good news is we got you a job with your own office. You won't have your name on the door. It'll be more of a symbol in the shape of you. And random strangers are going to come in and just take a dump. Just offer them a mint and they'll be on their way. Aren't you glad I met my wife? You know, they say you don't just marry your spouse, you marry their whole family. Well, my wife is Persian, so I married 10,000 people. And they all want to know the same thing. Baby? Baby? Because it's the only English they know. Until you're pregnant, because then it's boy? Boy? Because to these people, having a boy is the most important thing you could do. Nothing is more important. In fact, my wife is a relative who had 6 girls. And they named the sixth one Kafi, which in Farsi means enough. It's true. Nice, right? Well, we were going to name her Tragedy, but that's already her mom's name. Yeah? So we decided to fulfill our destiny, and we, try to get pregnant. And just to be safe, I decided to get a sperm test. Because, if you don't get pregnant right away, you don't want there to be all that finger pointing. Like, why'd you do all those drugs in college? Why'd you do all those gymnastics in elementary school? It could be your fault. So I signed up for the at-home version of the test, which basically means you just have to get the sample back to the clinic within 30 minutes. No problem, right? Except this was me. Ugh. So I went down there to do it there, and I got there on time for my appointment. There's one guy ahead of me, and there's one sample room. And he goes in there, and he's in there for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm no doctor, but if it takes you more than 10 minutes to give up the baby batter, I think I know what your problem is. So he comes out and they show me in there. It's a really nice room, a real comfy couch that I wouldn't sit on for $1 million. And they had a drawer full of magazines, Playboy, Penthouse, and there's a gay magazine. Again, I'm no doctor. But if you need an issue of Honcho to get your wife pregnant, I think I know what your problem is. It's not your sperm count. Turns out I'm a stud, because 5 months later we're looking at the ultrasound screen and the doctor said the 4 words no guy ever wants to hear. You're having a girl! I was like, are you sure? Can you check the machine? It could just be a really small penis. It's a familial trait. Now that my daughter is 1.5 years, I'd like to say that I never had much style, but having a kid cramps the hell out of it. You don't sleep, you don't go out, it's horrible. Why didn't anyone tell me this? Anyone? I mean, there are good sides to it, like putting them to sleep at night. You try to remember old nursery rhymes you can sing to them, like, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Works. You try to find ways to relax too. Like I recently went for my first $45 massage, and it was a shiatsu massage, and I didn't know what shiatsu was or shiatsu meant. Turns out it translates to small Asian lady who kicks your ass. She beat the crap out of me. She reached inside and rearranged my organs. For a week, I was peeing out of my nipple. Thank you. You've been a great crowd. Thank you.